Hey, welcome back to the channel. So today we have something that's a little bit interesting. It's a 7x7 Sudoku, which I don't think I see very often. So I thought it'd be kind of interesting uh, to give it a look-see and see how it plays out. Um, I I really can't remember if I've seen a 7x7 before, or I've done a 7x7. I'm sure I've seen them before, but anyway, it's something a little bit different, which I always like to do on this channel. So hope you guys enjoy this one. Now, it is called Septa by FractalJim. And let's jump into our rules. So we got normal 7x7 Sudoku rules. So essentially every row, every column, and every region, and they are odd looking region. Well, not necessarily odd looking, but they're not, because it's a 7x7, there clearly can't be just squares or rectangles. So, but every region to go along with our rows and columns must contain the digits 1 through 7 once each. Now we've got region sum lines as well. So region borders divide the region sum line into sections that sum to the same value. For clarity, when a diagonal section of the line touches the corner of a region, the corner does not split the line. Okay, I see what they're saying. So in this instance right here, where we got this little corner here, this line is not split because of that corner. Okay, that's a good little bit of info. So essentially what was just said is that every time you have a set of digits that are on the line within each region, those digits must be added together and they create a value, and that value must be the same across every section of the line that's been divided by the region borders. So this one here must be added, this whatever this adds up to, this adds up to the same thing, this adds up to the same thing, this adds to the same thing, this, and this. Now in this instance right here, these two do add up to the same value as all these other ones do, even though they're in the same region, because it comes into the region, goes out of the region, then comes back in again. So those are the rules, and it's a 7x7. So again, thought it might be kind of something different to look at and see how it turns out. It also kind of looks like a bird here, or is that just me? Like there's the beak and all that, the head here and what have you, maybe a wing over here, but that could just be me anthropomorphizing. Well, I can't even say that word properly. Something. Anyway, that didn't really even make any sense because that's not really what anthropomorphizing means, but let's stop babbling and get into our solve here and see if we can figure this thing out. So the first place I saw where there's a couple of single cells on our region sum line, those are usually the best places to start looking for a region sum line, because if you have a single digit in one of them and then you have multiple digits or cells in another region, you're going to be severely limited as to what you can put into these. So in this instance, we do have that, and we have 3 here and 3 here. Those are the only 3s, it looks like, but what that means is the bare minimum that we put onto these 3-cell region sum lines is 1, 2, 3, which is 6. And since this guy's sitting right here and it sees a 6, there's no way this can be a 6, so this must be actually a 7. So we know what the value of these are, and because 7, obviously you can't do 8 or 9 because it's 7x7, because 7 is now our guaranteed value, there's only one way to make 7 in a region that has 3 cells, which is 1, 2, 4. So we could start using that information. It makes more sense up here because this 3 one has to have a 4 in it. So this one must be a 4. These two now cannot be a 4, and this one is a 4. Now, we can't quite finalize the 4s because we have a couple of locations still left over that they can be. So we'll need to look elsewhere. Any of these have to be 1 and 2. Now, we have to have a 7 up here somewhere because of this 7 sees all of these, so one of these must be a 7. What else can we say? We know one of the... Okay, here we go. So looking into this region, this 7 sees this one and this one. This 7 sees these two. Now we have only 2 places left where a 7 can go, but this is on a region sum line. So if I were to put a 7 here, I'd have to put a 0 here. That doesn't work, so this has to be our 7. And we can kind of continue a little bit into where 7s can go, but not too much further than that. Now, can we do anything with 6s? Because none of these can be 6. Now, I can't rule out either of these being 6, though, so that's not entirely helpful. So, let's, I guess then we'll have to look at maybe one of these double region sum lines. This one seems the most obvious because we've got a couple of digits that we know we can't put on it, 6 and 4. So you know that 6, 1 can't be used to make 7, and 4, 3 can't be used to make 7, so therefore it must be a 2, 5, which means this is a 1 and a 2. And therefore, what can we continue on? We know we have to have... Well, we don't know anything about 3s yet, so maybe we should start looking at other region sum lines where it might be possible to figure out what they are. Oh, I didn't even see this guy right here. This is a single cell. So this is a 7. That one was sitting there the entire time. I just didn't see it. I guess it just melded away from my brain. And one of these has to be a 7. So we have an X-wing of 7s left over, but that's not going to be too useful until we get further in here. What else now? We know that these two have to be 1 and 3, but there's nothing looking at them, so that's somewhat less than ideal. Where else? Again, these remaining 2s, there's still multiple options on all of them, it seems, because you can easily put 6, 1 or 5, 2 in that one, in this one, and in this one. I wonder if there's a like an X-wing situation that occurs because of all these having to be only from 2 different options, but probably not, because you can do 2 of one and 1 of the other, but you don't know which ones could be the 2. You wouldn't be able to do all 3 of them as being in the same type, because then you would create an X-wing and then the other one wouldn't have any values to it. Now, is it possible to, let's looking at these region sums again, where we know we have a 1 is ruled out from all of these. I cannot say that this can't be a 1, because this could easily be a 6. Now, is there anything similar to that we might be able to determine? And I was hoping, yeah, we can't even rule out a 4, 3 from this guy either, because this could be 4 and this could be 3. So there's more options in this area than I had originally anticipated there might be. So, what do we have left to look at? Might just be something hiding from my eyes because I'm just not seeing it properly. We know one of these has to have a 4 in it. Okay, I think that's what it's going to be. One of these must be none of these can be a 4, so one of these must be a 4. If one of these is a 4, one of these must be a 3, because one of them has to be a 4, the other one has to have a 3 on it. Now that 3 is looking at here, so this has to be 1 and 3. And now can we do anything further with some of these digits? Because we have a 3 now, and we have an extra 1. We have to have a 1 down in here somewhere. Like I said, we have to have a 3 up in here. This can't ever be 4, obviously. So one of these two is the 3. Now, if we have a 1 in here, clearly we have to have a 6 somewhere up in here. And then what's remaining is the 2 and the 5, kind of, they fill in whatever's left over of these guys. So, all right. Where else? We need to have, say, looking at the columns, maybe there's something here, but not really, because 3 can go anywhere that's left over, the 6 can go anywhere that's left over, and the 7 is only reduced from going here. in this row, we know the 7's over here. We know we got a 1, 2, and a 4. This, again, the 6 could be here, here, or here, and the 3 could be anywhere as well. So we must have something else that's poking its head in here and creating the... Well, oh yeah, here's, how about this 1? Looking at this column. This one rules out 1 from here, 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 and here. Now we know this can't be a 1 because of a 1, 2 pair here, so this is 1, and this is 2. Okay, so it's a little bit more information. What can we do further with that then? Let's see, one of these must be a 2. If this was a 2, it would have a 5 on it, which is perfectly possible. Perfectly possible. But the 2 could still be over here, and then we can end up with a 6-1 pair here, which we can't rule that out. Now, having a 2-5 here would be great, because it would put us, our 5 and our 7 up here, but I said we can't make that assumption. 2s, one of these must be a 2, therefore none of these are 2s. Again, it's not really giving us too much information. So what is left here? How about 3 in this row? These can't be 3. This can't be 3. I thought it was going to be a little better. This can't be 3 because this would have to be a 4, and this can't be 3. But you got 2 possible 3s left over. I was hoping. Well, we also know that can't be a 3. So it's just one of these 2 is a possibility for 3s, but it's not quite enough. I thought we were going to be able to place one. We didn't. So again, we have to figure out one of these has to be a 5 because of these. We've got so little information on 5s. That's something in my throat. I can't get rid of it. I was going to look again at this row, see if there's anything that the 1s couldn't do, but the 1 could still be here with a 6. So it's got to be one of these rows or columns where there's an option that ruins something. How about 3 in this column? This can't be 3, obviously, and these can't be. This can't be. This could be. This can't be, but this could be still. I thought that was going to do it there as well. Is there anything in this column that we can use to our benefit? Not 3, not 3, not 3, not 3, but there's multiple possibilities where 3s could go there as well. So this isn't working out as lovely as I hoped it might. Well, actually, no, we knew that this 5 had to be, so that rules out a 5 from here. We know we can't put a 5 here because we'd have to put a 2 here, so these are not 5. Same goes here, you can't put a 5 here, so this is a 2-5 pair. That gives us something. Now we know we have to put a 3 in this row. It can't go here because we'd have to put a 4 here, so this is 3. Now this then has to be 6. That rules out a 6 here, so therefore this can't be a 1. So one of these is 6, 1. One of these is 3, 4, and the remainder is the 2, 5. Okay, now can we continue, because now that we've got this, we might have some more information that was just holding on to this. But with these 2 digits, oh well, we got a 6, 1 here. I didn't see that, and therefore this has to be a 3. So this is going to work everything out now. This has to be 3, this has to be 4, this has to be 6, this has to be 1, and these have to be a 2, 5 pair. So therefore the 2 is here, this is 5, this is 2, and 5, and 2. And we are on our way now. So it's just a couple little things having to really take a look at our rows and columns to see what the options are and how they can reduce the possibilities So 6 and 1 has to go up here because we can't do 2, 5. We can't do 4, 3. So this has to be 6, 1. We can see the 6 and the 1, so we can do that right off the bat. The 3 in this column must be up here, so therefore the 4 must be down here. These 2 have to be from 2 and 5, and there's a 2 here, so this is 5 and 2. These have to be 6 and 7, which I had hoped to earlier to find, and this we have a 6 here, so we get 7 and 6, and that's going to finish our 7 here. This is therefore going to be a 3. Let's get rid of that mark. These 2 have to be from 3 and 5. We've got a 3, so let's put our 5 and 3 in, and our 5 and our 6, and we should be pretty much done here. I just need a 5 and a 6 to go in here. Sudoku tells me it's this way. And I need a 1 and a 2 here, and Sudoku tells me it's this way. So there we go. You solved the puzzle. Solution is correct. That was nice. So that was a quick little Sudoku. I'm sure you guys probably did it quicker than I did, just because you'll probably see things quicker than I can sometimes. But it was a nice introduction into, or at least for me, an introduction to 7x7s, where you have this somewhat odd layout of regions and how they all work together. And so FractalJim, again, thank you. These are wonderful puzzles that you create. I hope you all enjoyed this one. I certainly did, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.